Now, I bet you already know that corporations and companies add ingredients to our food to get us to consume more of it. Did you know that these same ingredients are toxic to us and slowly killing us?
Oh, really?
And keep watching because I'm going to tell you what ingredients to look out for when you're purchasing food. Number 1, high fructose corn syrup. Studies show that it increases your appetite and increases your fat production. Now, fruit has fructose in it, but it's naturally occurring, and it doesn't have the same effect as high fructose corn syrup, which is pretty much in everything, and people are consuming it at high levels. Ice cream, cereal, condiments. That amazing rush of pleasure you get from consuming delicious foods, I'm not going to say that, that's reinforcing that mindset. That euphoric feeling you get from consuming garbage foods is from neurons like dopamine in the brain, which you may think is good for you, but it actually diminishes your dopamine over time, training your brain to seek out more surges of dopamine because your body's not producing enough. Now here's a mind-blowing fact. Every time you swipe or watch a video on social media, your brain produces dopamine, while you mindlessly scroll for the next reward, but that's a future video. High fructose corn syrup is probably the biggest contributor to the obesity problem in the United States. The liver is the place where fructose is broken down. Fructose is the fastest way to gain abdominal fat. Number 2, maltodextrin. Maltodextrin can be found in pretty much everything too. Animal foods, jerky, food, flavorings, medicines, chips, beer, pudding, you name it. Like high fructose corn syrup, maltodextrin mainly comes from corn. It can be found in a lot of organic and natural foods, so be careful. That's why I check the label. Maltodextrin does many things, but one of the main things it does affects the balance of the gut bacteria. Most people believe the gut bacteria is the second brain, hence the term gut feeling. And when you consume maltodextrin, it may decrease the good bacteria and increase the bad bacteria, which can lead to many things including chronic inflammatory diseases, such as allergic reactions, weight gain, bloating. Here's a jaw-dropping fact. Maltodextrin is one of the highest foods on the glycemic index, with almost twice the amount of sugar. High GI means these sugars will quickly enter the bloodstream. So if you're diabetic or have diabetes in your family, you should definitely be on high alert for this ingredient. No one should consume this ingredient. Years ago, I noticed that when I consumed Oreos and Doritos and a juice box, that I would need my inhaler. I didn't know why at the time. I knew it wasn't good for me, but I didn't know why it was aggravating my asthma. I eat tons of stuff like apples, oranges, till I was completely full and I would feel nothing. No lethargy or reaction to or any other sorts. I'd eat like fruit by the foot and some Doritos, and that would raise the inflammation in my body. Speaking of Doritos, you ever notice how you can sit down and consume a whole bag of Doritos and still be hungry afterwards? Or if you're really hungry and you first get into some Doritos, you actually bite your finger trying to chew them so fast because they were so good. That's that maltodextrin. Number 3, MSG. Found in soups, bouillons, broths, flavorings, sauces. Enhances those savory aspects of umami, the 5th taste bud. Umami is a Japanese word that translates to deliciousness, which is probably why you find it in most Eastern Asian ingredients. Sometimes when I go to the store, I see it advertised as MSG on the package, like added MSG, as if it's beneficial, as if it's a reason to buy it. Man, Asian food would be good, especially that orange chicken. It tastes so good going down. I instantly feel like I cheated on myself. Like, why did I do that? I'm about to be out of commission for 2 or 3 hours. So MSG is known to raise your insulin levels and lowers your blood sugars, giving you that feeling of I didn't eat enough. That's why you be in line at Panda Express, hoping they fill that little gap between them 2 scoops of orange chicken, because it don't ever really feel like enough. MSG can also be disguised as yeast extract and hydrolyzed soy protein. The last terrible ingredient I stay away from is a combination of many ingredients, but artificial anything. Artificial sweeteners, artificial food coloring, artificial flavor. It's in the title, it's not real. They're considered controversial ingredients because there's a lot of studies that say that they're not bad for you, and there's a lot of studies that say they are good for you. Basically, a lot of people pushing back and forth on either side. But the one thing I do know is it's not natural. They're made in a laboratory. They're controversial ingredients with both sides having conflicting, biased, and exaggerated views. Antagonists say that they cause many things including cancer, weight gain, and hypertension. Advocates say that there's no substantial evidence. I try and stay away from anything that has anything artificial in it. Artificial ingredients are synthetic ingredients, which means they are made from chemical reactions that are not found in nature. They are man-made, produced in a lab. They are added to foods for many different reasons: binding, emulsifying, stabilizing, or thickening to improve the quality of the product. That's why 9 times out of 10 I'm putting it back on the shelf unless I need it for a specific recipe or something. And artificial ingredients are pretty much found in anything and everything. They can be found in most big box brands. It can be found in breads, cookies, cakes, yogurts, dressings, chips, beverages, you name it. You can probably find favorites of your favorite artificial ingredients. Now that's my first list of red flag ingredients. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for more videos. You should watch my next video on supplements to take if you don't eat clean. If you see these ingredients on nutrition labels, more than likely they're garbage products, ultra processed food. If you want to be healthy, live longer, sleep better, think clear, limit these ingredients from your life.